So I said I was gonna do a kind of a longer format of video of talking about the Necro Nerf. Granted, I just saw a post about how they plan to change it, obviously, from the massive backlash of the Nerf. Like, they just made the skeletons like horrible in terms of like, it's as a necromancer you're supposed to have an army of the undead, but it felt like an army of like ants. It was horrible. Like, you constantly had to resummon them. Like, I get why they wanted you to constantly like want to resummon them. You know, just more interactability. Skeletons are just lasting for ages. Granted, they still died here and there before they nerfed it, and you had to like obviously respawn your skeletons, but it just wasn't that good. In terms of like playability as the Necro. Like, I was excited to play the Necro again, and it just wasn't where it should have been. Like, even after putting a bunch of points to increase my my health of my skeletons, and the damage, it just wasn't doing anything. I felt like the best way to actually even use the Necro was just to not have your skeletons, just to sacrifice them, and to you know, just pick a buff and go for like a skill-based route. It just wasn't good. It wasn't fun. The Necro was super fun to play initially, and then they ruined that. But I'm glad that they're listening to all the feedback and everything. And I felt I'm going to talk a bit about this Server Slam too. Since I just finished playing it. I didn't play too much. I just played enough to get to level 20, and then did like 3 attempts at a Shava, which I gotta talk about. I get kind of reducing the level cap for the Server Slam, you know, just, you know, so people aren't getting too far into builds, or I don't know why they did it, honestly, but it was dumb to have lowered it from 25 to 20 for the Server Slam, and then requiring like you to reach level 20 and then to beat a Shava to get the mount skin. Wouldn't have been bad if a Shava was at level 20 and people actually showed up to do the fight. That the whole mount skin was super conditional, and it was kind of garbage. I hope they give it out for free to people. Like, just give it to the people who played the Server Slam, got to level 20, because honestly, getting to level 20, no biggie, but killing a Shava is different. You have to have people there, and also a Shava was 10 times harder now because you weren't level 25 and had your ultimate ability to kind of do some extra damage. But also, like, having a mount skin be based around a heavy condition of having enough people to fight a Shava. Like, if you didn't kill a Shava, you don't get the mount skin. Kind of dumb. Because the 3 times I did it, I had a varying amount of 6 to 10 people. And within the whole 15 minutes that you fight a Shava, we've only gotten it down to past the second tick. Like, barely past the second tick. And it would take like anywhere between like 8 to 13 minutes to get past the first tick. It just wasn't good. And the fact that Shava was level 25, 90% of his attacks just one-shot you. So you constantly, you're constantly reviving yourself and then having to also go to town to repair your gear. Yeah, I'll put on one of the Shava fights I was doing. This took a while. Okay. Like, it just wasn't good. I just constantly kept dying. Granted, I didn't spend time grinding to get legendaries or anything so I could properly do the fight. But also, like, they made it impossible to really complete it. Granted, there's probably people that did complete it, probably within the first day of the server slam, but there just wasn't enough people to do it after that. Like, literally the 3 times I did the shower fight, we had not enough people. And obviously I was playing the Necro, and that could have been part of the problem because the Necro was completely nerfed, wasn't playable, really. And the Druid still isn't good from what I've seen. Honestly, from what I've seen, it was worse. They nerfed the Druid for some reason. Or the buff they did nerfed it at the same time. I don't know. It just really seemed like the Server Slam was a kind of a big fail. Granted, it gave them feedback, which isn't a bad thing, and they're acting on that feedback, which is also a good thing. It's just was unfun to play. And I hope that doesn't become a constant case with Diablo 4 once the game launches. Especially since they plan to do seasons quarterly. Hopefully that not with every season there's all of a sudden a class completely unplayable. That just wouldn't be fun or like long-lasting gameplay for anybody. Because that would just mean, like, if say one season all the rogues just they nerfed the rogues too much and it's not fun. Granted, they could pop out a hotfix and fix it within a week, but people who play rogues, they're all of a sudden a week behind in the season, and they say like the season will take the full like 3 months to get everything done, or at least like 100 to 200 hours or whatever they said it would take for how long the seasons would take to complete. But all of a sudden you're like 100 hours behind everybody else because it took like a week for a hotfix to come out to fix the rogue or rebalance the rogue to where it wasn't so nerfed. I'm hoping that it's not going to be a consistent thing. Granted, I understand balance is not like class balance is a very temperamental thing and can, be changed constantly, or just like one little change could fuck up a whole class, which is understandable. But at the same time, like, just because a class is slightly overpowered compared to other classes doesn't mean that people are upset about it. They just want their class to be just as powerful. Not that that class needs to get nerfed, it means that other classes need to get buffed. Sometimes I feel like a lot of game companies think that nerfing is the way to fix class balance. But honestly, a lot of the times it's just other classes need to be buffed. because sometimes if you like nerf a class that's super fun to play, not just because it's like overpowered, but because like it feels good to play, because of like the power scaling is actually nice with it, the skills feel nice, and then you nerf that class just to make the other classes feel better, which it wouldn't, because those classes still would be doing suboptimal damage or suboptimal skill usage or whatever. Like it doesn't fix anything to nerf a class. Fucking learned that with the Necro. They made the Necro completely unfun to play during the Service Slam. Granted, they're apparently rolling out a hotfix today or something. Honestly, it's a little late, but hopefully they fix it before the launch. 3 weeks. I'm debating on playing the Necro first. I wanted to play launch as the Necro, but I don't know how I feel about that now. Hopefully they fix it and it actually plays well. But honestly, other than that, and that's not too much I have to talk about. I had some fun with the Service Slam. This was the first time I ever fought a Shava. Both betas, I didn't fight the Shava, so this is the first time I fought it. It was cool. Granted, it sucked that we never had the people, and that every attack one-shot you besides the ground pummel, with just one claw. Not the sweep, but just the punch. You would survive that. But the bite and the sweep, and the poison, if you didn't have any flash, would just kill you almost instantly. But yeah, no, I feel like the whole balance during the Service Slam was garbage, and they definitely should just give out that mount skin for those who played during the Service Slam period, because it just I felt it was impossible to get the mount skin. I tried 3 times to fight the Shava. Granted, there's people that probably tried every single day, every 3 hours, and still haven't gotten it, and that's fucked up too. There was a lot of people dedicated to try and get the mount skin. A lot of people that was like waiting for the, like, yeah, I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in 24 hours. I've been trying to get the mount skin and just haven't been able to. And it's really unfair that was to everyone that have been playing that. It was practically impossible to get the mount skin unless for some reason you just 1 hour got lucky and had like 30 plus people want to fight a Shava. And it's not even coming down to like gear, because the gear really doesn't really matter during the Service Slam, because I feel like they lowered the legendary drop rate. I feel like by the time I was level 20 in the first beta, I had almost like maxed out legendary gear throughout all my slots. This time I don't think I only had 1 piece. And that was a helmet, and that didn't even last long. I ended up swapping that out like 5 minutes later after I got it. Let me know your thoughts about the Service Slam down below, and then how it felt to play in the Necro, because I disliked it. And I hope they change it for the better once the game launches. Other than that, catch you guys next time.